Yes, everybody, welcome back to Talking Wolves. Welcome back to a brand new match preview on the channel today. Hope you guys are keeping well and safe. What a win it was for Wolves on Thursday night against Watford. Our biggest Premier League win for a long, long time. I think it's our biggest Premier League win since the game against Blackpool, Mick McCarthy days. So to get a win, to put a team to the sword, obviously felt good. As always, guys, though, be sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your thoughts ahead of this game against Everton at Goodison Park this weekend. And before we kick off, BetMate once again. I had an absolute stinker for the Watford game. I think I said it on the Watford preview. This was my team, but pick the opposite and you might do all right, because I didn't do very well. But this time, for the first time with BetMate, it's winner takes all. So everyone, obviously, it's still £3 to enter, but the winner is going to take all of the prize pot. So a link is in the top of the description to get involved. This is my team here. Back in a number of the Wolves boys once again. Jimenez and Neves in there, who did quite well, obviously, against Watford. You can change your team right up until kickoff as well, guys. So get involved in that. As always, 18 plus, UK residents only, and gamble aware, folks. And best of luck with that as we do the winner takes all. But fantastic win for the Wolves against Watford. Like I said, putting them to the sword, a complete performance. Obviously, we did the match reaction for that game, and we got the fans react as well. But it was good to see some older faces come back in. Obviously, Johnny, who we've not seen for a while, started the game and did so well. And so did Willy Bolly. Off the top of my head, I think it's his first Premier League start of the season. We've only really seen him once before, which was in the Carabao Cup against Spurs. So it was great to see Bolly involved. And almost like he'd never been gone, really. He was so solid. But this is going to be an intriguing lineup from Bruno Lage, because obviously the last time we played on a Thursday night was against Arsenal a couple of weeks ago, and when we went into the Sunday game against West Ham, we almost saw sort of wholesale changes. So I am intrigued to see if we're going to do this again. Looking at Everton right now, they are really struggling. Obviously Frank Lampard took over from Rafa Benitez recently, and I think he got one or two half decent victories towards the start of his tenure, but recently they've been looking out of sorts. Defensively, they're very poor. I think they've scored the same amount of goals as Wolves as well. When you look at the attackers they've got, we know Wolves haven't been great going forward, but they've got Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison, and so on. So they're really struggling to put the ball in the back of the net right now as well. And they are very fragile, coming off the back of a disastrous 5-0 defeat to Spurs last weekend. So hopefully they're going to be a little bit fragile. It could go one or two ways. They might be raring and roaring to bounce back and try and prove a point, or Wolves could catch them once again whilst they're extremely fragile and try and build on our fantastic win over Watford. If we can do that, we go into that game against Everton and get something out of it, and then maybe we could get something out of the game against Leeds before the international break. Wolves are going to be in a very strong position. Quickly, though, this is my predicted lineup for the game. I'm going to go once again with Jose Sarr in goal. I think Johnny's going to keep his place at right wing-back. I'm surprised he lasted so long in the Watford game. Had about 80 minutes, but I think he'll retain his place, as will Ryan Aït-Nouri on the left-hand side. Back three, lots of rumours of Kilman returning, which I think sounds about right. I think Max Kilman's going to be in there. I'm going to stick with Saïs and Cody, but wouldn't surprise me to see maybe Bolly, Kilman and Cody as a back three. Keep your eye on that one. It'll be intriguing. Neves and Martinez, I think, have got to retain their places in the midfield. And I think we'll go the same front three as well. As long as everyone's fit, Podence, Jimenez and Hwang. We may well see Neto come in for one of those, with us playing. I am expecting a couple of changes, because I don't expect Wolves to keep the exact same 11. But let's see. But guys, this is the Everton perspective. Now I got the video and thoughts from Mike from the Blue Boys Network. This is his thoughts ahead of this game.
What's going on, everyone? It's Mike from the Blue Boys Network, and as always, thanks for having me on. It's a massive game for Everton for obvious reasons. We've been poor this season. There's no getting around it. We sit 17th in the league for a reason, 1 point away from the drop zone, albeit we have got a couple of games in hand on Burnley and 3 on Leeds. So it's worrying times. We come off the back of a 5-0 defeat at Spurs, a game that we were nowhere near good enough. Like, we didn't lay a glove on Spurs. And you guys are coming into this game full of confidence, 4-0 up against a Watford team that beat us 5-2 at Goodison. So, ordinarily I wouldn't be positive for this game, but Everton need a win. Like, it's straight up. No lies, no hiding behind it. Everton have to win this game because Premier League survival's hanging on the balance. You know, Everton have been in the Premier League since it was formed. They've been in the top flight since the mid-50s. We've only ever been relegated once in our history. It would be monumental for Everton to get relegated. You know, £500 million spent on this group of players that, let's be honest, aren't good enough. You know, how many Everton players would Wolves take? That's a question that you guys should ask yourselves. It wouldn't be many. So it's a huge game, and it's one that the fans will be up for. The atmosphere will be pumping. I think, depending on how you line up, will depend on what we do to try and counter that. I suspect Everton will play a 4-3-3. And I suspect it'll probably be Pickford in goal, Coleman, Mason Holgate, and the returning Ben Godfrey, and probably John Joe Kenny at left back. Doucouré, Alan, and Donny van der Beek in the middle of the park. Gordon, Damari Gray, and Richarlison up front. That'll be the team, I suspect. And what they're going to have to do is win the midfield battle. They're going to have to beat Neves and Moutinho to the ball every time. They're going to have to stop them passing out to the wing backs like Johnny if he plays on the wing. And you know, you've got that pace up front. You've got an abundance of attacking options, and Everton have got to be switched on to that. Michael Keane should be nowhere near the Everton starting lineup. So yeah, I am worried. I am worried about this game because Wolves have also got the 4th best away record in the league, and Everton, let's be honest, we are a shambles at the moment. So, in terms of score prediction, it's a bit mad. And a lot of you guys won't agree with this, and you probably laugh. But after the Spurs game, as an Everton fan, and you've been there, guys, you understand this, I felt broken. You know, as a football fan, I felt broken. I felt like my team were going down without a whimper, without a fight. And it hurt. And I had a dream. I had a dream that Everton win this game 3-0. I don't expect it, but it's what I dreamt, and it's what I'm going with. So I'm going Everton 3-0. In my heart of heart, I know that Wolves can beat us. I know you can. I know we can get a draw, and I know it could be a win for Everton, but this is a massive game, and I'm just hoping that us as a crowd, I'll be there, we'll be able to cheer the boys over the line, and high intensity, big press, and I'm hoping for 3 points. As always, cheers for letting me on, as always, and yeah, good luck after Sunday. Peace.
So big thanks to Michael. Make sure I leave a link to his channel in the description down below. Obviously, doesn't sound good from his perspective, what's going on at Everton at the moment. But I like to be positive. Score prediction for this one, I'm going to go with Everton 1, Wolves 2 at Goodison Park this weekend. We're going to be there. As always, guys, we'll give our match reaction and so on after the game. Be sure to hit the like button down below, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all very, very soon.